Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. No, alright, so today I wanted to talk to you about some things that have been kind of brewing under my skin, and that's the conversation about conformity. I really feel that conformity is such a fascinating topic to talk about because it's just always kind of like the unforeseen elephant in the proverbial room. So when we talk about conformity, it's talking about how, you assimilate yourself well to the person next to you. So generally speaking, when in the society, when we form a community or a society, we really try to be in line with the order of what the order is. Who dictates that order depends on the individual leading that community, organization, etc. But ultimately, once you're not fully integrated in that leadership, or if you become leadership, you must then fulfill conformity right. Which means to me that as an individual, you decide to take part of your own will and self-expression and creativity and surrender it away for order and the sake of order and the sake of community. And to some, it may be beneficial because that means that we live in a world that has safety. And to others, they might see that as increasing a world of fear, which makes people go to different extremes because they're repressing parts of themselves that they couldn't necessarily express within the community because they're not meant to fully take away their own rights and self-expression. Either way, the way you land on this spectrum of where you stand or where you don't, ultimately you decide to conform, whether you realize it or not. I'm wearing a shirt. That's conforming to rules right now. I could break the law in a sense. Well, not for not having a shirt, but essentially I could break the law. But what keeps me in law is the fact that everybody else around me kind of socially polices me, and therefore I socially police them. But that creates some turmoil when it comes to expression and thought because the individual necessarily looks at the world through a subjective lens. And so you're always trying to look at life and understand it from your own perspective, but at the same time, you're trying to make sure that you are in line to what society and the order tells you to be. And when I say order, I don't mean the New World Order or any of that hocus pocus stuff. I'm talking about the fact that what essentially we all live in is a sense of order. We have a sense of responsibility and duty and honor to upkeep the order that we have contractually obligated ourselves to at birth. Now, I am not a fan of the social contract theory. I mean, essentially what we do live in is a world of social contract. Somebody before me, I guess, that allowed me to have the rights and freedoms that I do or something said, as a member of society, you must submit some portion of your free will to become part of the community, and thus we all sign the social contract. But what if the contract was actually broken? Well, then you go to jail, or you get murdered, or something along the lines of something that has negative consequences. Or you can have positive consequences and just live on your own land, and you would be isolated from society. But if that's the thing that you're looking for as a reward, then it might not necessarily be such a bad predicament. But either way, conformity plays a huge role in our lives, and it's something that, like I said, it's something that we don't talk about, but yet it has such bearing implications of yourself. And as a child grows into an adolescent, as an adolescent becomes an adult, as an adult ages into maturity, we carry with us the fabric of who we were, who we are, and who we would like to be within us at all times. So it's kind of like when you're thinking about that and thinking about how you express yourself and how you subjectively look at the world, there's still that lens of you that is holding up to conformity. So it's like a part of me wants to be, let's say, rich. Let's say I want to be the richest person on this planet. And let's say I grew up as the poorest person. So I will take incremental steps to achieving that goal. But the fact that I am achieving that goal and the linear model set forth of social mobility for me tells me that I am trying to conform to what society has. Now, some people would say, no, not necessarily, that's an ambition, blah, 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 blah. You can earn it through the means of other ways. That's true. You can do black marketing and things of that way. But ultimately, even doing something like that, you're still ultimately conforming to the group. So you can be with, the group of control and order, or you can be with the resistance and still you're ultimately conforming. So therefore, it doesn't matter if you're on the winning side or the losing side, the right side or the wrong side, the upside or the downside, you're always still giving a part of your free will to conform as soon as you meet another person. Think about how fascinating that is. You look at yourself, the person you are right now, and as soon as you wake up or walk out your bedroom door or walk out your house door, wherever you are, walk out the bathroom, you're with other people. As soon as you see another person, you're conforming. You are living your life in survival mode, because that's what it is. Conformity is the number one key for survival in a society. And can you truly survive by yourself? Maybe. Maybe not. But ultimately, if you're to survive in today's modern world, you're going to have to conform. And not only you're going to have to conform, but you're going to have to like it. But there's still a small problem with that. Because at the end of the day, when you go to bed at night, you go back into your mind. I mean, you might be in your mind all day like me. I'm a space case. I'm up there in the clouds. But really, you'll be able to as soon as you see someone, you conform. But as soon as you get to go home, look yourself in the mirror, conformity's out the window. So there's a disconnect between yourself and the roles and identities that you play. So next time, I'm going to talk a little bit more about identity, roles, and how those impact your subjective lens. But thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Take care.